What is it? It's the one you filed attached to your motion. I mean, is there any possibility if I give you a few minutes that you could resolve it? Take it or leave it and somebody left it? Or do you want to find another day? Is it one, it's one, well, realistically then, how long do you think it will take to try your case? What do we have on the 31st? We've already set several things that day, right? October 31st. Your Marlin versus Marlin is going to be most of the day. December the 5th, how much do we have already set? Well, let me ask one other question. How much is set on the 27th? That's another Chancery day. That answers my question. Well, I have the 28th, 29th, and 30th set aside for the State versus Sarah Jo Fuson, which is a Montgomery County case that I'm hearing by designation. That's the October 28th, 29th, and 30th, and that's why I can't give you any of those days. Well, I think the 31st may be your best bet. Well, let me ask this question. Look at your calendars on the 1st of October or the 2nd of October. No, it's Humphreys County Chancery. All right, looks like the 31st it is. That's Halloween. I assume you two will dress appropriately. All right, I think we are ready for Ms. Dod to return to the stand. Ms., check that microphone on the podium to make sure it's on, please.
There we go. I just need to approach the witness if that's okay. I corrected it with Ms. Roberts on it. This income amount was from your first check, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, and so you're actually making $2,600 a month?
No, it's more like 2,200.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm not, y'all are having conversation.
Oh, sorry.
She said it's more like 2,200. But before taxes or anything else is taken out, it's
That's correct.
2,600. Now, your expenses, when they were added up incorrectly on accident,
Correct.
and your expenses are 37,460.
That's correct.
All right. Ms. Roberts, you are ready to cross-examine.
Ms. Dod, and additionally, you wanted to make another correction in the fact that you were married at age 20, not 19, correct?
That's correct. I did the math wrong.
Okay, you were actually married in November and you had just turned 20 in September, 2 months earlier.
That is correct.
Okay. Now, and as I understand it, you back in June, you decided you were unhappy in your marriage to the point of where you wanted a separation.
Correct.
And you talked to your husband about that.
Yes.
And he said, okay. After he professed he didn't want one, he loved you, wanted to stay married, correct?
Yeah, he said a lot of things.
Okay. And you said, no, I want a separation.
That is correct.
And you're the one that brought up about first getting a trailer for him to live in, right?
No, ma'am.
So he was have y'all have a trailer?
No, ma'am.
You had just said that he had brought something up about maybe getting a trailer?
He did. He made the statement that he would like to either refinish the room that is in our basement or park a camper at our home to live in.
Okay, so that he could be there.
Correct.
And you said, absolutely not, I don't want you here.
That's correct.
And so in an effort to appease you, you suggested this 4 days with you, 3 days with him, right?
Because I thought that was best for our children. Yes.
Okay, and that's what y'all done, and you keep saying the 9th of June, but the Father's Day was the 15th of June.
Okay. It was Father's Day weekend.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure, because y'all were saying
Yes.
Father's Day weekend and the 9th of June, and I just wanted to clarify. In looking at my calendar,
Sure.
Father's Day was Sunday the 15th.
Okay. It was Father's Day weekend.
Okay, so Father's Day weekend is when you approached him
Yes.
and said, I'm done,
That is correct.
or was it, I just want to separate for a while?
I told him that we needed to separate and I needed some space.
You needed some space, and so he was willing to give you that space.
Begrudgingly, but yes.
Begrudgingly,
Yeah.
he offered an alternative that you rebuked,
I was not willing to stay.
and then why
With
didn't you
him.
leave?
Why did I leave?
Yeah, why didn't you just say, fine, I'm going?
I did.
Oh, you did leave the home?
Just for the night, yes, when I told him that I needed space.
Okay. But you weren't just saying I needed space for the night. You were saying I needed space, but you wanted to stay in the home that is his mother's.
It's our marital home with our children, yes,
Well, you have no rental agreement.
that's correct.
You pay no rent.
That's correct.
You don't pay the taxes and the insurance, do you?
We do pay the taxes, yes.
Do you pay the homeowner's insurance?
If we have homeowners insurance,
Well, you have said that I was the one that paid all of the bills.
that's correct.
And
To
when
my
I did-
knowledge,
When I did it, everything was on time and everything was,
to my knowledge, we do not have homeowners insurance.
and that's what I was asking. Not a trick question, do you have homeowner's insurance? And no,
What?
Yeah.
That's
The
exactly.
legal basis for your objection is asked and answered,
Yes.
overruled.
again, ma'am, you said that you were the steward of your finances. You were the one that organized it, paid everything. And my question about the home that's owned by your mother-in-law is, you pay no you pay no rent. You know you pay the taxes?
Yes, we have paid the taxes.
Have or do? I mean, just on one occasion?
No,
or
multiple occasions, we have taken care of the property taxes.
Okay, do you do that every year?
Yes,
Okay, and then you don't know whether you have homeowners insurance or whether your mother-in-law has homeowners and whether y'all pay it or not?
I do not. The last time that we spoke about insurance through Farm Bureau, it was talked about that we were going to get a renter's insurance. I, however, do not know if he ever followed through with that.
Well, you would know if you were writing the check,
It comes out direct deposit directly to Farm Bureau, ma'am.
but do you not balance your checkbook
I use our online banking app.
and know whether it's coming out or not?
That's correct.
So does it come out?
Yes, it comes out.
So you have renter's insurance?
If he got that added to our insurance package, yes.
And ma'am, with all due respect, I don't know is an appropriate answer if you don't know. Please don't guess.
Okay, then I don't know if he added
Thank you.
homeowners.
Now, and in your parenting plan that you've submitted with this court, you want to take time away from your husband,
That's correct.
even though you believed it was in the children's best interest. Correct?
Yes,
To do a 4-3 schedule,
that's correct.
and now you've changed your mind.
I think that's in my children's best interest,
Why?
yes. Because he has not cared for my children properly.
How?
Their hygiene, the way that they eat, it's not healthy for them to eat out for every meal every day.
Well, how do you know that they eat out for every meal of every day?
I can see it coming out of our joint banking account, online banking.
And again, you talked about him saying something to you about going and eating out at Condesa.
Yes, ma'am?
And he asked you about why you charge $62 for one single meal.
That's
at
correct.
Condesa. What did you eat for $62?
He asked me that, and I was very open and honest with him and told him that we had gone to have drinks at Condesa that night.
Who is we?
Me, my best friend, and her husband.
And did you pay for them?
I did.
Knowing that you're on a limited budget,
Mhm.
knowing that you don't have money to pay certain things, you treated somebody to dinner and drinks,
Yes,
and he asked you about it,
correct.
said, we don't have the money to do that.
No, ma'am. He
So
did
what
not.
did he do? He just asked and said, what was this for?
He did. He asked what I ate at Condesa for $62. I told him that we had drinks at Condesa and then offered to reimburse him the money back.
Okay. So where was the ugliness in that?
Nobody said or accused him of being ugly.
Oh, yes, ma'am. You remember your testimony, that Ms. Duke asked you he was ugly to you about eating out?
As I recall, she just asked if he asked if I had eaten out.
Well, the record will speak for itself. So he was just asking why $62.
Judge, I'd ask that Ms. Roberts not make sidebar comments like that. The record will just speak for itself. That's not appropriate.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't. Why?
don't find that to be an inappropriate statement. There are times when sidebar comments are clearly inappropriate, but that one in particular, I do not find to be offensive. Overruled.
So he just asked you why you spent $62.
Yes, ma'am.
Did they reimburse you?
He said that he did not. Are you asking if they reimbursed me? No, ma'am.
Okay. Because that's what you said. You told him, oh, they'll reimburse us.
No, ma'am. I said I offered to reimburse him
From what?
my own personal paycheck money
Why is that your own personal paycheck?
because
Don't
it goes into my personal account.
Why is it not going into the family account to pay
Because
family bills?
the bank does not allow me to do that. The bank made me open an account through their bank for my check to go into.
Bank of Dixon pays by direct deposit.
That's correct.
And so you have to have a checking account through Bank of Dixon to get
That
your
is
direct
correct.
deposit.
Yes,
But did you realize that you can transfer your money into your joint account so that your bills can be paid?
yes,
But you were elected not to do that
I did.
because that's your money.
Well,
Correct?
I mean, I've been taking care of myself and my children with that money.
So it's okay for us to classify his money and your money, and it's not our money.
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
Why do you get to keep yours and he has to put his in the account?
Well, respectfully, ma'am, he makes 3 times more money than I do.
And you're asking for, saying that there wasn't payments made in the account. Did you have the money to make the car payment?
No, ma'am,
Why not?
because the car payment is almost $1,000 a month. I don't make that kind of money.
You make $15 an hour working 40 hours a week,
That's correct.
and that's $2,600 a month.
Yes, ma'am.
But then when Ms. Duke asked you, do you make $2,600 a month, you just said no. You only make $2,200.
That's what I gain. Yes, ma'am.
That's your net, not your gross.
That is correct.
So you agree that your gross is 2,600,
Yes, ma'am.
and you've taken all of that since you've been working, albeit it's just been a month, a little over a month.
Working for the Bank of Dixon, I started July 21st. Yes.
And then when you were working, when did you quit and not work at the daycare? The preschool?
I quit probably early July,
So,
but I also did not receive a paycheck from them in the month of June or July.
because they don't have school during the month.
That
of
is
June or
correct.
July. So you actually finished up the term in May,
Yes,
and you get paid a flat rate of $10,000?
that is correct.
Did you get an offset for your child's attendance?
No,
You paid the full amount for your child's attendance?
it was included in my paycheck. Or
What was
it was agreed upon that I would not have to pay tuition while I worked there.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
You got $10,000 plus free tuition.
That is correct. Yes.
Which was how much a month?
$125
A week or
a month.
a month?
Yes.
Okay, so you got that plus the $10,000.
No, ma'am. It was never like physically paid to me. He just got to go to school for free.
But again, that was a benefit to you.
Yes.
But did you put that money in a separate account too?
Yes.
And where is this separate account?
TriStar.
So you have a bank at TriStar and you have an account at Bank of Dixon.
That's correct.
Do you transfer your Bank of Dixon money into the TriStar account?
I do not.
And then where's your joint account?
First Bank.
First Bank. So y'all have 3 banks.
That's correct.
Why did you open an account at TriStar?
Originally it was because of the financial irresponsibility of Brian.
Financial irresponsibility?
Correct.
What is that? What do you mean?
He had thousands of dollars in debt. I wanted us to be able to live a better life. So in an attempt to establish our family better, I opened an account that we could put money into as needed to save.
What was that $1,000 of debt for?
He had almost $17,000 in credit card debt prior to our marriage that snuck up on him 3 years ago when they came and garnished his wages. And then he also had a personal loan for a camper that we sold years ago that was still being paid on.
Was that before the marriage? or during the 13 years?
He owned the camper before the marriage and sold it right after we got married.
So when you say financial mismanagement, this is something that he had before the marriage?
That's correct.
When you married him?
That is correct.
So it wasn't financial mismanagement during your marriage. He had these debts and brought them into the marriage?
Unbeknownst to me, yes.
Okay. Did you ever ask him about it?
His debt?
Yeah, when y'all got married, did you say, hey, look, I need a Dun& Bradstreet report to see what you...
No, ma'am.
But you knew he had gone through a divorce,
Yes,
and you were quasi-involved in that. You and he had started a relationship before he ended his other relationship, didn't you?
well, I actually moved into the home with he and his ex-wife when I turned 18 years old because of a poor family situation. And to my knowledge, they both agreed to allow that. And from there, I felt pursued, yes.
Okay. And you and he started having an affair while he was still married, correct?
Yes.
And his wife found out?
No,
She didn't?
no.
And that wasn't brought up in the marriage?
It has been said multiple times that I was not the reason that they divorced.
But did she find out about y'all's affair?
I can't give testimony to that. I don't know.
You don't, okay, that's fine, you
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
if
To my
she knew about
knowledge, no.
it. Okay. And so he gets divorced, and then y'all continue your relationship and y'all get married, correct?
He moved to McKenzie where I was in college at Bethel University, and we pursued a relationship from there.
There. And he asked you to marry him?
He didn't ask me, no, but there were conversations about it.
Y'all just decided to get married?
Correct.
Okay. And y'all got married, and that was some 13 years ago,
Almost.
almost 13 years ago, and y'all discussed having a family
Correct.
and wanted to immediately start a family.
Correct.
And shortly after y'all's marriage, you became pregnant because your son is now 12.
Correct.
And at that point in time, you had dropped out of college.
Yes.
He was the primary breadwinner. He's how many years older than you?
23.
23 years older. So he had already established a work career, correct?
Yes.
And he continued to work, and y'all elected at that point in time for you to be a stay-at-home mom.
Correct.
And y'all brought your son into the world and then waited a little bit and then we're blessed with your daughter
Yes.
and then your youngest son, correct? And during
Correct.
all of that period of time, you stayed home and he earned the wage.
Yes.
You didn't work at all until your youngest son started preschool, correct?
That's correct.
You didn't have, it wasn't babysitting, you didn't have any income effectively for the first,
I did actually babysit a family friend.
right, but again, nothing significant. You didn't have a public job, we'll say.
Correct.
But then when your youngest son got time to start preschool, y'all both agreed and thought it was important for him to get ready for school and to go in the preschool.
Yes.
And the Methodist Church preschool is very highly rated. And you were lucky enough to get hired so that he got free admission and you got paid for being there the same time he was.
Correct.
Now, did you just work, did he go a Monday, Wednesday, or a Tuesday, Thursday?
He was actually there all 4 days with me.
Oh, so he went all 4 days and you worked
Yes.
all 4 days?
That's correct.
Okay. And so he went with a Monday, Wednesday class and a Tuesday, Thursday class?
Yes.
Okay. And that was from, do they still start about 9 in the morning, go till 1 something?
It depends on the age of the child. He was in a 5-year-old class that went from 9 to 2. And then-
That's the kindergarten readiness class. the
That's
5-year-old
correct.
Pre-K.
Yes. But all other classes, with the exception of the 2-year-old class, are 9 to 1.
9 to 1.
Yes.
Okay. And so he did both of those
Correct.
for 2 years. So he was in a K-4, he was in the 4-year-old class, then jumped up to the 5, or was he in,
He's been there since he was 2.
since he was 2? So he was
Yes.
going, even while you were at home and all the other kids were at school, he started?
That's correct.
Okay. And then the demarcation of responsibilities in the family was your husband worked on a public job outside,
Yes.
and he's always had to leave 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, correct?
Not always.
At some point in time, y'all started a HVAC business.
He was self-employed when we first got married.
Okay,
And
Doing what?
he owned his own alarm business.
okay,
And then when that wasn't working out for the family, he took a job at Nissan very temporarily.
and that's the Nissan plant in Smyrna? Or-
Yes.
Or Nissan selling cars?
No, the plant.
Okay, just wanted to clarify.
Yes. And then he went to work for a company called Engineered Comfort. He was fired from that job where,
That was the HVAC company.
yes, where he then decided that he would open his own HVAC company with the assistance of his mother.
She was the financial backer.
Correct. When that didn't work out, he went to work for a company, Security Fire. He was doing labor-intensive work, got promoted to a desk job. Didn't last long. He was fired from that job, and then he got the job that he's currently at now at State Systems.
And he is doing fire alarm maintenance and,
That's correct.
okay. So it's been y'all have had some times of unemployment, self-employment,
That's
And-
correct.
and had to depend a lot of times on his family or his mother to assist y'all financially.
And mine, yes.
And again, and in your family, you don't have a good relationship with your parents, correct?
That's correct.
And so, again, just wondering, when he was talking to your best friend, as you keep calling her, Miss Halsey, when she had made the comment that he was saying that he was talking about his brother and whether or not he had a good relationship with him. You have family members who you don't have a good relationship with.
That's correct. I would say we all do.
Exactly, that's a normal course. And then the people that we're talking about, if your son came in there, and I think it was Connie and Blake, or what is Connie's husband's name?
Gary?
Gary. Connie and Gary, they're actually not grandparents, they're cousins, right?
That's correct,
They're your
yes.
cousins, on your mom's or dad's side?
My dad's side.
Okay. And where do they live?
In Dixon?
In Dixon. And so when he talked about his grandmother, or when it was asked something about grandmother, he doesn't have a relationship with his maternal grandparents, right? Your kids don't have a relationship with
They do not have a relationship with my dad. They do, however, have a relationship with my mother.
It just when he testified, he said something, and it seemed that he said his grandmother, Connie. And I just wanted to clarify for the record, Connie's a cousin.
That's correct.
So y'all have had some financial difficulty throughout the 13 years,
Yes.
but y'all done the best you can.
Yes.
Okay. By the grace of his mother, she bought a home for y'all,
Yes.
right? Y'all tried to find it to purchase a home, and both yours and his credit were not sufficient to where y'all could purchase a home. Is that right?
Correct.
And so she purchased the home, and then when his father passed, she took money and paid off the mortgage so that the house is free and clear.
I can't testify to that.
At any rate, it was all her money that
Yes.
went in to purchase that home that y'all are living in.
Correct.
Okay. And but you want to stay in the home even though it's her home?
Yes.
Have you made arrangements to find a place? Are you
I'm
looking?
currently looking, yes.
Okay, and where are you looking?
Local to Dixon, Burns.
Are you just looking for someplace to rent, or?
I haven't decided fully. I've been looking at rental properties and other options.
And again, have you, given the fact that you making $2,600 a month, have you signed up to see whether or not you would be eligible for Section 8 housing?
I did look into that, but when I pursued that, they were not taking applications.
Okay. But when you leave the house on Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, you're staying with your friend, Miss Halsey,
That's correct.
and you have the availability to do that?
Yes.
Has she told you you gotta leave?
No.
And again, have you questioned whether or not you can stay there for a full week and then come back to the house for a week?
I have.
And what's that response?
From,
She's willing to let you do that, correct?
yes.
Okay. So you're 33 now,
Yes.
just turned 33. Your birthday is in September. Have you turned 33 yet?
Yes, September 1st.
Okay. And you're working at the Bank of Dixon. Do you have benefits at the Bank of Dixon?
Currently not eligible until October.
And again, because it's a 90-day waiting period before you can get that. And right now, because of your financial situation with you and your husband, y'all have been eligible to acquire TennCare insurance. Is that correct?
Correct.
And so all of your children are covered under governmental provided. And are you
Yes.
and your husband also covered under that?
I think so. I think it's through like the state. We do
Ms. Roberts, let
pay.
me interrupt. In my understanding that he makes $90,000 a year and they're on TennCare?
It's eligibility because of the number of children, Your Honor. And again, 90,000, he makes $35 an hour. So it actually works out to about $78,000 a year, Judge. There is availability when he testifies about overtime and things such as that, but effectively his wage is $35 and some change an hour. So again, who went through the process to acquire the health insurance?
He did the application.
Did he have insurance at a previous employer?
The kids have been on TennCare for several years.
Y'all been on TennCare for several years, correct?
Yes.
And he's the one that was responsible, he took care of getting all that.
He did.
So when Ms. Duke talked about who does the lion's share of the parenting, you do kind of the things that I usually call the day-to-day drudgery of being a parent. Not that you don't love doing it, but you do the laundry and the fixing the meals and being the taxi and all of that stuff. Is that correct?
Yes.
But he also does parenting, such as making sure that your children have health insurance, correct?
He filled out the health insurance application.
Okay.
Yes.
You seem to minimize that.
I've had to remind him on several occasions to please take care of that.
But you've been on TennCare for several years, so this was several years ago you had to explain to him to do that?
No, this is on the daily,
What,
just,
you don't have to daily attend to TennCare, you have an annual renewal.
yes, I have to stay on him about applying so that our children can have insurance.
And you don't know if you have insurance.
I know I have insurance.
I asked you earlier, are you and your husband covered under TennCare? And you hesitated.
Yes.
Are y'all, is it a family or is it just for the children?
We have, to my understanding, we have health insurance through TennCare, but we still have to pay in for that insurance.
Okay, so you think it might be under Cover Kids?
Yes.
So it's income-based,
Yes.
and it's Cover Kids, not
It is Cover Kids,
It's
yes.
Cover Kids. Do you know how much you pay?
I don't. I think it comes directly out of his check through his employer.
Through his employer?
I believe so.
Okay. Now, you haven't contributed anything to any of the household expenses that you've listed on your income and expense statement?
I have. There have been times that I have made bill payments out of, my paycheck.
Does he have access to that?
No.
Do you tell him that you're making those payments?
Yes.
Why are you putting rent mortgage at $90?
That's to account for the insurance.
Do you think that's the rental insurance?
Well, on the sheet, it asks us to take an average number per month.
It says General expenses, 1, rent or mortgage, including monthly pro rata of property taxes and insurance.
Correct.
So I want you to explain what $90 is.
I took an average based off of a monthly or off of a 12-month. I took our total property tax number and divided that by 12 months to give an average.
Okay, so that's just, when it has all that listed, that's the pro rata, just property tax.
Correct.
Okay. Water 95, gas 130, electricity 200. And again, was that just kind of an average of the bills that come out?
It is. It's an average.
Okay. You have city water,
Yes.
gas, do you have a gas furnace?
Stove and water heater.
And the water heater, and then your electricity, and all those fluctuate.
They do.
Given the time of year.
Yes.
Okay. Then you got the telephone, and I just want to make sure that I'm correct on that. The telephone includes 4 cell phones, 2 iPads that have internet service.
Correct.
And then you have 2 internet boxes for internet to your home. Y'all do that through the telephone.
Correct.
And is that through?
The provider, Verizon.
Verizon. Okay, you've got car operation monthly average at 400. How did you come up with that, ma'am?
We have multiple vehicles.
Okay. Well, and again, this is car operation, and then a parentheses, monthly average including insurance. Again, since you've kept the bills, you know that y'all pay $360 a month to Farm Bureau.
That's
For
correct.
automobile insurance.
Yep.
So is that so you spend $40 gas?
On
Is that the
average.
way- Is that the way I need to interpret that $400?
Yes, on average.
Okay. What's your personal loan for $162.07?
To pay my lawyer.
And who's the loan from?
Bank of Dixon.
And what's the balance of that loan?
I can't give you an exact number.
How much did you borrow?
5,000.
Okay. And your automobile is $975.
Correct.
So you're driving the newest
Yes,
vehicle. And that's a Traverse?
it is.
And then,
Monthly payment on a Traverse is $975.
Yes, sir.
now there's a mark out household items, $1,137.07. What is that? Is that just an addition, is that just adding
I
the
don't-
90, 95, 30? Is that what that number is? Or are you spending 1,137 on household items?
I don't
Do you
have it.
have a copy up there with
I
you?
don't know.
It's added together.
Your Honor, may I approach?
You may.
This is your exhibit of your income. See right here, this is household items. And there's a line through it. And then it says 1,137.07. You know, is that just an addition? I didn't bring my calculator up there.
is.
Is
It's
this, that, the taxes, the utilities? So at 90 plus 80, 857 plus $400 plus 162 and 975, that's a lot more than 1,134. What if you filled this out and signed it under oath? So what is that number?
It was an added expense, or they were all added.
It was what? Let me step back.
Jennifer, may I step over to you for a second?
Okay, that's what I'm trying to figure. So it's the 162.07 plus the 975. That's
Yes.
not an additional expense where it says household items.
It's just added, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that, because just looking at it, glancing at it, I wanted to make sure you're not just spending another 1,172 on miscellaneous items.
Sure.
And then I want to make sure that I'm understanding these figures correct also. These are monthly expenses. You're spending $50 on food a month, and you're spending $150 on your children a month for food.
Roughly, yes.
But you spent $62 for one meal. How are you just spending $50 when you're door dashing lunch?
I thought that was just Food for the home. I did not realize that that needed to include out-of-home cost.
Well, and again, I just want to make sure that this is an adequate reflection of what you did. And a lot of people, like I said, you've got here food, clothing, dental, laundry, and cleaning. Okay, and you have 0 for laundry and cleaning.
It's just
Now,
figured,
If she can finish, Judge, she.
it's figured into the grocery bill.
That's what I was about to ask when I was finishing my question. This has laundry and cleaning. Now me, I go to Kroger's or Walmart or whatever, and I buy my laundry soap and my dishwashing liquid and my food and all of that stuff.
Correct.
And so you're saying that on a month basis, that you're buying laundry detergent,
Did that,
dishwashing liquid, food, milk, cereal, Pop-Tarts, eggs, bacon, food to eat in the house on a monthly basis for the whole family of $200.
may I ask a question? Was that supposed to be an average, or did that paper state monthly?
It says monthly.
Okay, then that's my mistake.
Okay, and again, I want to make sure that this is a reflection. I'm not
Yes.
trying to, but you know, when my client filled out the income and expense statement, it hadn't been made an exhibit.
Sure.
He's putting like $400 for the kids' food. And, you know, for his food, you know, another $200, you know. So on an average, a family of 5
I did an average.
eating on $200, I was going to ask you, how do you do that? This is mistaken, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Recreation, your daughter, middle child takes dance. Who does she
Yes.
take dance with?
Ellen Alvin Dance Exchange.
Okay. And it's $300 a month?
On average?
And again, on average, that is, she takes 1 class a week?
No.
How many classes a week does she take?
She has 2 classes per week plus choreography
Okay.
because she's on a team.
And then there's team expenses,
Yes.
costumes. Quite a bit, you know,
Costumes, competition fees.
because when you go to Gatlinburg to go to the competition, or you go to Memphis or wherever, you gotta pay the entry fee, the costume fee,
Correct.
and you gotta go. Okay. And then you got $100 school expense.
For miscellaneous school supplies,
Okay. But do the kids get free and reduced lunch?
they do.
Okay, so again, back with this food stuff, that y'all, who filled out the application for free and reduced lunch?
I did.
Okay, so you don't have to put money in their account.
Correct.
And as a result of them getting free and reduced lunch, you don't have to pay for field trips and all of that stuff. They get that free.
No, ma'am. We're still required to pay.
Okay. Well, you shouldn't be under the federal guidelines, so. And then barber shop for the kids, you've done that. Okay. Now, your son plays baseball,
Correct.
and does he play travel ball or just rec ball?
He just started playing travel ball.
And what team is he on?
The Dixon Pickles.
Oh, the Dixon Pickles. That's a new team that's just organized, isn't that
is.
right?
Yes.
And you talked about, Ms. Duke talked to you about the fact that he questioned you about spending $62 at Condesa, and he stayed in a hotel.
He did.
And and you testified that he didn't have to do that.
Correct.
I think the words were, he was close enough where he didn't have to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
In fact, the truth of the matter is that your son was playing in a travel baseball tournament in Jackson, Tennessee.
Correct.
Isn't that right?
Yes.
And he had an early ball game. Was it an 8 o'clock game?
It was not. No, ma'am.
What time was the first game?
They played at 12:30.
12:30. But he took all of the kids and they went to Jackson along with the other family members with the ball team, and they stayed in a hotel.
To my knowledge, most of the team came back home. Not
After
all.
the game. He stayed in the day before the game.
He played a 2-day tournament. He had to be there Saturday to play.
What time?
I honestly don't remember. We were there all day. I don't remember what time the first game was. We played multiple games.
Right, in a baseball tournament, you play pool play.
Correct.
All day Saturday.
Yes.
And then depending on your where you play and how you stack out, then tournament play starts on Sunday.
That's correct.
And you don't know what time you're gonna play on Sunday until you play your pool games on Saturday, right?
That is correct.
And so you don't know whether or not, and it's in Jackson. And he elected to spend the weekend, he didn't just stay in the hotel. Him, your 2 sons and your daughter all stayed in a hotel with him. They all stayed there and had a weekend. Didn't they?
All 4 children.
All,
yes.
yeah, and then his 17-year-old
Correct.
all went and had a weekend to watch your son play ball.
Yes.
And then you drove down.
I came down Saturday, yes.
And did you stay did you come back on Sunday?
I did not.
Okay. So he was there with the kids. When y'all were there on Saturday, did y'all sit in the bleachers? I mean, I'm not asking if you sat up together like a family, but y'all were sitting there rooting on your son.
Correct.
Your other 2 kids were able to come and talk to you and visit with you. It wasn't,
Yes.
stay over here, it's my time, was it? They went
Not-
back and forth between
Not
them.
directly.
Not directly?
He did not say that, but they stayed with him the majority of the time that they were there.
Well, but and you don't know, if they want it, that's their time with their daddy, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. And then you didn't come back on Sunday, so you didn't feel that you needed to be there.
I wanted to be there. I just couldn't be there.
What were you doing?
I got up and I went to church that day.
Okay. And you could have come,
Sure,
and you just elected not to.
I did.
And your kids were fine,
They were.
taken care of. And again, talking about eating out, when you have travel ball, you got to eat out, don't you?
For the most part, yes. He could have packed a cooler if he wanted to. They allow that.
Some fields allow you to bring coolers out, or you have to leave them in your car.
It was disclosed to us prior to the tournament that we were allowed to bring in coolers.
Okay. How many travel ball tournaments have you done?
This was our first one.
First one. Okay. And everything went great? Did they do any good?
They got a ring.
That's great. They got a championship ring?
They were the runner-ups, but. they still got a
Runner-up, so
ring.
they were so they made it to the championship round.
They did.
What position does JB play?
He's played multiple positions, but currently he's been playing second base.
Second base, good position. Okay. Pretty good?
He is.
Enjoy it?
He does.
Has he played school ball?
No,
Is he gonna try out for school ball?
he would like to.
Okay. Now, where did the money come from for that tournament? Out of our money or your money?
I paid his fees for his uniforms.
You paid for the uniform fees out of your money that you earned?
I did.
Okay. So was that the hotel that you said he didn't have to go to, that you think he spent the money unwisely?
I just know that he stayed in a hotel this last weekend for the tournament when we were an hour and a half away from home.
An hour and a half away from home with 4 kids?
Yes, but we were done playing on Saturday. I was back home by 4:30.
He prepared meals during the marriage. It was predominantly your responsibility, but he would
Some.
prepare meals.
Some.
He would help out with the finances. It was predominantly you wrote the checks or you had the logins. Again, I apologize for my age. I'm still a check writing person. But you would be the one that sits at the computer and makes sure all the bills are paid, right?
That's correct.
And would you discuss it with him if y'all were short on the month?
Yes.
Okay. And what would y'all do about that? Would one of y'all have to call one of your relatives to borrow money?
Sometimes.
Was that a pretty much an every month
No.
issue? Or y'all always just barely making it by the end of the month?
It has gotten better over the last, I would say maybe 4 or 5 years.
Because he got a better paying job.
Correct.
Okay. Again, and he missed the middle school open house. Did he miss the elementary school open house too?
He did.
When was that?
I don't remember the exact date.
Was it before school started?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was this was the meet your teacher night.
Correct.
Okay, and that was on a what night? It was like on a Thursday?
I think it was a Thursday
On
night.
a Thursday night that wasn't his regular night.
Correct.
Okay, and Did you call him from there, or did your son call him on his cell phone? You said you overheard a conversation.
Yes, later that night, he had called to talk to the kids for the night, and I overheard the conversation.
So he had called whose number? He being Mr. Dodd, called JB's phone?
That's correct.
Okay. And did JB put it on speakerphone?
It's usually been a FaceTime call, so,
Oh, a FaceTime call?
yeah.
And so was he in his room or just there out in the common area of the home?
The living room, I
Okay.
think.
And JB asked, Daddy, you didn't make it to my meet the
It was
teacher?"
not JB. He was speaking to our youngest son, Graham.
Oh, he was talking to Graham. Okay.
Yes.
He was talking to Graham and Graham asked him, Daddy, why didn't you come to my kindergarten open house?
He did not ask him, no.
Well, I thought you said he asked something. My notes were that recent open house, he did not go, that he was talking to the kids, and he was talking to his son, one of your sons, and I apologize, I thought it was JB. But he says, yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't know about it.
He had asked our son if he had got to meet his teacher, he being Brian, had asked our son if he had gotten to meet his teacher and was having a conversation with him about that, to which he replied with, I'm sorry, Bubba, I didn't know anything about it.
Okay. And at that point in time, your son wouldn't have been signed, this was your youngest child.
Correct.
And Classroom Dojo, he did not have a Classroom Dojo at that time. Your older two did from last year.
That is correct. However, the dojo calendar is posted on the same media as my other two children. So he would have seen the dates regardless.
But again, one is the dojo for middle school, one's the dojo for elementary school, right? Not the
It's,
same one,
it's the same platform.
same platform.
Yes.
So you have to log on differently.
I don't think so. I think you just have an account and your children are added to that account, and
Okay.
then you see respectfully.
And again, I'm just trying to understand, I mean, he missed it.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't remind him, not that it was your obligation to do it,
Correct.
but you didn't, it was during your time.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, when you signed up last year, do you know whether or not he even signed up and had access to the dojo
I don't.
before that? Because that was just something that you were responsible. You usually were the ones that did the day-to-day stuff, right?
That's correct.
Okay. But you know now he's signed up.
Yes.
You've looked at it and seen that he's on there.
I haven't looked at it, but he told me that he was signed up.
He told you that he was signed up. Okay. And you had talked about the fact that you have left the house in significantly disarray on Fridays when you've left. Not dirty, but it's been, I mean, kids have, there's been
Kids
clothes,
are
there's
kids.
been laundry
There's-
to do, there's been dishes, right?
I don't think that I've ever left dishes for him to do.
Y'all have a dishwasher?
We do.
And so you start it and put the dishes up
That's correct.
before you leave on
Well, I mean, not always. If there's not a full load to run, I'm not going to run the dishwasher.
Exactly. So you have when I say disarray, I'm not talking about dirty, filthy house, even though your friend says your house was at some point in time with mouse droppings in the cabinets. But I mean, y'all have 3 kids in the household, sometimes 4.
That's correct.
And y'all will eat breakfast in the morning because, again, we know you don't like to eat out, so you fix them a breakfast in the morning. We don't stop and get biscuits or,
We don't. We have breakfast at home.
right. And so there's dishes.
Usually.
And do you wash them and put them up, or you just put them in the dishwasher?
I'll usually put them in the dishwasher. If there's, just a singular bowl or
Right.
a singular spoon, yeah, I'll go ahead and wash that and put it away. But I mean,
And do you make sure that all the laundry's done and all that stuff before you leave?
can you define done? Washed, yes. Not always folded and put it away.
Put something in the washer, start it, make sure the dryer's going. I mean, I don't leave my dryer going when I leave, but I do sometimes leave clothes in the dryer,
Yes,
and you do that too.
sometimes.
And so when he comes in on Friday, there may be the kids' clothes are in the dryer, some are in the washer,
Possibly.
there's dishes in the dishwasher.
Possibly.
Okay. And you're saying that your son, when he testified on Saturday, they clean house
Mm-hmm.
with Daddy? Would your son be not telling the truth?
Not every weekend.
Well, sometimes you're playing ball and you're going outside and you're mowing the yard and you're doing things, but he cleans the house, doesn't he? He runs the vacuum cleaner.
Can you define he who you're speaking of?
Well, I'm talking about when your husband is in the house.
Well, I'm not there, so I don't know who does what. I wouldn't know who is.
You have indicated during your direct examination that you come home and the house is just
Yes, ma'am.
filthy. Where are those pictures?
On text message,
On text messages? To who?
Brian,
Saying, and what are they?
that the house, I came home and the boys' room, was destroyed, and there's pictures of clothes strewn all over and things not picked up. Their beds are in disarray.
And you've sent pictures of him and say, please correct this.
Correct.
And his response is what?
In that particular instance, he told me that the boys' room did not look like that when he left. But we had actually been in Nashville that afternoon and didn't get home until late that night. And no one else had been in the home since they left.
Except that was that during school or during the summer?
During school.
Okay, so they would have gotten home, he would have left at 6 or 7 o'clock that morning, 8 o'clock, correct?
Correct.
Then the kids would have been dropped off at home at 3:45 after school.
No, this was on a Monday after his time was up.
Well, he would have gone to work that morning.
Correct, but the house should have been picked up prior to him leaving.
Okay. But the boys, your sons and daughters got dropped off by your friend at 3:45 according to her. And then they would have been in the house alone until you got home at 4:15 or 4:30, right? You worked till
Correct.
4:15.
Yes.
What branch are you at?
At the 46th branch.
46. So and your house is where in Burns?
Yes.
So it takes you a minute to get there. So you don't know whether or not the kids went in, took their clothes off, changed them, laid in the bed, did anything, did you?
I don't.
You talked about and got all teary-eyed and upset over the fact that talking about your husband talking to JB about asking him what schedule he wanted.
Yes.
Then why would you have picked up the phone last night? And I don't know if you did it on your way home or when you got there. Why would you have picked up the phone and called his daughter?
Because I had gotten word that he had had a conversation with her
She wants to be with her daddy during his week.
where she said that she did not want to spend time with me. In the conversation that I had with her yesterday, that information is not accurate.
She's a child, albeit she's a teenager, almost an adult. Why would you have picked up the phone and called her when you were so visibly upset over the fact that he was asking your son, hey, what do you want to do? What schedule would you like? Then you turned around and did the exact same thing to a child that's not yours.
Objection, that is not the testimony, Judge. Objection, that's a misstatement. It is absolutely a misstatement.
Ms. Dane, rephrase your question. It's not exactly the same thing.
What conversation did you have with his daughter?
I just asked her if she and her dad had had a conversation regarding our relationship, and she said that they did, and she told me that she just felt like things were really awkward, understandably, and that she just didn't want to be in the middle of it, understandably. But it wasn't that she did not want to see me or spend time with me or her siblings.
She doesn't want to be there. She told you she doesn't want to be there and spend a week with you. She wants to spend her week with her dad. She wants to spend her week with her dad, doesn't she?
That's not what she told me. I can't testify to what they have spoken
You
about.
understand you married this man knowing he was divorced, knowing he had a week-to-week schedule with his daughter.
He did not have a week-to-week schedule with her when we first got married.
He now has a week-to-week schedule. How long's that week-to-week schedule been?
Since she started middle school and it was not legally documented.
Okay, but you've known that she's come week to week.
Yes.
And you talk about children and you're concerned for them and you just want to toss her out of her house for a week. Because your dad's only gonna get that's where he visits his daughter, correct?
Correct.
And you want her to be displaced to go to her grandmother's, and you have no concern about that?
On the weekends, no, I don't.
So your paramount concern is not his relationship with all 4 of his children, just his 3 with you.
No,
You're gonna displace,
Judge, objection, that's not the testimony. It's another
I think
big
the question is
misstatement.
argumentative.
do you think that, I'll move on, Judge, I'm sorry. Do you think Abigail should come stay with you for a week?
I'm not necessarily saying that she would have to spend the entire week with me, but for me to be, or for us to never be able to see her, I think is not rational.
Well, because it's important for her to have a relationship with her siblings.
I think it's important for her to have a relationship with all of us.
Okay. But her siblings are her blood relative,
Correct.
and you want to limit that to every other weekend? Unless she wants to come spend time with you. Is that right?
Yes.
Is that right?
I said yes.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Now, there was a period of time that you were home, and you said the basement was full of stuff that he had from his prior marriage?
Correct.
And did you ever go through it and get rid of it?
No, ma'am. He, when it comes to his things, he has a really hard time letting go of things.
Okay. But then you said y'all don't have, where y'all live in Burns does not have a trash service.
No,
You have to put it in your, you have to bag it up, put it in your car, and carry it to one of the convenience centers.
that's correct.
Y'all don't have a truck.
We
correct?
don't now, no.
Right. And so he wanted to get a trash service so that you wouldn't have to accumulate all of the garbage and then carry it off.
There were ways for him to take the trash off. He
There's
just
ways for
chose
you to
not
take it off too,
Judge,
wasn't
if
there?
she can let her finish answering, she interrupted her in the middle of it.
Go ahead.
I think that was an objection to cutting her off. Sustain the objection, please let her finish.
He had the means to take the trash off. I have never pulled a trailer behind a vehicle and have been told that if you've never done that, it's not safe to do so. So I did not do that.
You got a Chevy Traverse that's got a trailer hitch.
We just bought the Traverse in 2024.
In 2024. Did you request that vehicle? Or did y'all just go shopping? How did you get to that?
Our van was going to need a new transmission, so we agreed we needed to purchase something else.
But you could have called the trash off.
Sure, I could have.
Both of y'all could have done it.
Sure.
But instead of doing that, y'all incurred an additional expense to have somebody come and pick it up at your house.
At his request, yes.
Well, you could have just said, no, I'll carry it off.
Sure.
Objection, argumentative.
Overrule.
The Ring doorbell camera, not doorbell, I'm sorry, the Ring floodlight
Uh-huh.
is placed over the garage.
It's placed over the basement entry door.
Okay. And it was that did you know prior to that there were people, y'all got some
There have
recovery
been,
homes there?
Freeman has a facility on 96, and there have been a couple, and I do mean a couple of instances where there have been people walking up and down the road. And occasionally they would stop at the end of our driveway to look over into the pond that is directly beside our driveway.
If I know where y'all's house is over there, Mac Adams owns that property over there, doesn't he?
Up above ours,
And
yes.
where the pond is.
Correct.
Okay. And so, again, your husband's not there with you.
Mhm.
So you've got, and again, no disrespect, a woman and sometimes 3 minor children and then a 17-year-old sometimes there.
Correct.
And the camera is outside,
Yes.
facing the driveway.
That's correct.
That's correct. Okay. And you think that that's somehow a breach of your privacy?
Yes, ma'am.
Then why don't you move?
Then why don't I move?
Yeah, if you're
Because that's
unsafe
still
in that home.
currently, I'm not unsafe in the home. I never said that I was unsafe in the home.
A camera is looking out at the driveway of people coming up and into, that would come up and approach the home. And how is that a breach of your privacy? Are you having somebody come up that you don't want him to see?
Absolutely not.
Okay. That's not been indicated over there. But he sees his daughter leaving. He's left. He's not there with his 17-year-old daughter who drives. He can see when she leaves the house going to school, when she comes home, because she is his responsibility, correct?
Legally, yes.
Okay. His other children, y'all's children, are living there. And other people are coming to the home to drop them off and pick them up, correct?
That's correct.
You are now working until 4:30 on some days, 4:15, and sometimes 5:15, correct?
Correct.
Your children get out of school at 3 and are carried home and left home alone for sometimes 15 to 30 minutes
That's
before you
correct.
can get there. Why didn't you put a camera up?
I didn't feel the need to put a camera up.
When you saw it, did you ask for the access?
I did,
And it was given?
begrudgingly, but yes.
How do you say begrudgingly?
He did not want to give me full login access until I was adamant that I deserved that.
Okay. When did you tell him you were filing for divorce?
I did not tell him that I was filing for divorce.
You just, instead of saying I'm done, having a conversation, you just waited and have the sheriff's department serve him with paper?
I did.
Now, you said he uses religion as a weapon because he stated that wives should submit to their husbands?
He accused me of not being a godly, submissive wife.
Okay. Well, you actually had quoted Ephesians 5:25, verses 25 and 27 to him, hadn't you?
No, ma'am.
You didn't say husbands should, on verses 25 and 27, that husbands should honor their wives as if Christ honors the church?
It was part of the conversation after he made that accusation,
Okay,
yes.
and then the
That the whole
Judge,
verse,
Okay.
that the whole verse should be taken into context.
And that's what the conversation was, is that the whole verse in the book of Ephesians, chapter 5, the first part of it is wives should be submissive, and again, I'm paraphrasing, nowhere near a Bible scholar. But again, wives should be submissive to their husbands, but on the counterpart, that's when the husbands treat their wives as Christ treats the church. It's an equal responsibility, isn't it?
It's actually the other way around, but
Well, again, I said I'm not a Bible scholar.
yeah, that's fine.
So again, the first part is that,
Husbands should submit to their wives, and then wives should submit to their husbands as Christ does
and
the
that was
church.
he was responding and said, you've got to read both sides of that. You've got to read the verse in its entirety.
I believe that I actually said that.
Okay, so this was a conversation that y'all were having,
That is correct.
and both of y'all's disputed on who's being submissive to who.
Sure.
All right. Now, you talked about your daughter getting upset. I think it was at your aunt's funeral,
It was my grandmother's sister.
your grandmother's sister, which would be your great aunt.
That's correct.
Okay. And your daughter was upset at a funeral.
Yes.
He consoled her,
Yes.
and and y'all were walking out
Yes.
of the pews. Where was the funeral?
Span funeral home.
And so they got the benches, the pews coming down.
That's correct.
And so everybody was walking out. The casket had already gone,
Yes.
and everybody was filing out. And you were coming across the traffic to get to your daughter.
No, ma'am. I had walked down the aisle right beside the pew to where they were, where he was standing at the end, and my daughter was directly behind him.
He was trying to get out of the pew.
Correct. Or had turned to walk away.
Turned to walk away and was coming out.
Yes.
And you told him to move.
I said, please move.
Please move. And he was trying to get out.
He said, no, you go ahead.
You go ahead, everybody come out. Y'all were leaving the sanctuary.
We were leaving.
Okay. And you wanted it your way.
I wanted to get to my daughter, who was very upset.
Okay. And she was trying to come out of the pew behind him
Correct, but he would not come out of the pew,
because you were standing there.
not in his way. No, ma'am. I was standing beside a pew, but not in front of him.
Is your son truthful?
Yes, for the most part. He's 12, so
Yeah. Seemed like a very articulate, well-versed young man,
he is.
very respectful. Says yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir.
He ought to.
And again, that's why y'all raised him.
Correct.
That's all, thank you, ma'am.
Redirect.
He's been fired from 2 jobs for for being lazy and not doing his job. Is that fair?
Objection unless you found, number 1, leading, number 2, lack of foundation.
Sustained.
Why did he tell you he was fired?
I'm sorry. He was never really clear about the first time. It was I don't really understand why this is happening. Actually, both times.
Okay. And did you gather from him that maybe some of the same issues going on in your home?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know?
Sustained. The question about do you gather from something is a supposition on her part, so I sustain the objection.
Do you know who paid for his attorney?
I do not.
Now, there were several things that you did not include on your income and expense statement that you're paying for now. Do you pay for anything for your stepdaughter?
Yes, I have been taking care of half of any of her school fees that have come to be, her graduation fee, a recent statistics exam fee.
And since June the 15th, that child has lived with you on his parenting time. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Has there been any issue with that?
No,
Has he requested that the child come stay with him or that he get to stay with the child?
he has not.
Have you raised that child since she was about 5 years old?
Roughly. She came home in 2010 from China. She was almost 2 years old. We just celebrated her 15th year here. So for 13 of the 15 years, I have been an active parent.
Have you noticed a change in specifically your 12-year-old's manners and behaviors after he's been with his dad?
Yes,
Did you see that one evening after the child had gotten to go fishing?
yes,
Okay. Did you observe a phone call when that happened?
I did.
Okay, tell the court about that.
My son had gotten to go fishing with my best friend's husband across from their property. And he had caught a fish and he was very excited about catching this fish. And he gets home and he's telling his dad about it. And he basically just said, yeah, it's a fish. Anybody can fish. My son was super excited and it just seemed to crush his spirit.
And after that, did you say some encouraging words to your child?
I did. I said, that's really cool. I'm glad that you got to go and do that. You caught your very first fish. That's awesome.
And had his attitude changed about his fishing experience?
After I encouraged, yes.
Now, this Ring floodlight camera, that you've been in the house since, this arrangement has been going on since June the 15th.
Correct.
And he waited to place that camera until August around the 20th.
Right around that time, yes.
Throughout the marriage, have you discussed with him wanting to go to school and to therapy?
Yes.
And when divorce was finally mentioned, did he put that back on the table?
He did.
I say divorce, separation was mentioned.
Yes.
Have there been occasions where he's overdrafted your bank account and said to you something to the effect of, I've got to have money in my pocket?
Yes.
And how much money does he insist on carrying in his pocket all the time?
His go-to number has typically been 500.
Okay. And has that made it difficult to make sure bills are being paid?
At times.
When you married him, did you know that he had $17,000 in credit card debt?
I did not.
Okay. When did you find that out?
When they garnished his wages.
Okay, and they emptied out your bank account?
They did.
And is that one reason he encouraged you to get a separate? I'll stop.
Sustained.
Why did you get your TriStar account?
To try to help alleviate financial burden.
Okay, and who requested you to do that?
To correct you, it wasn't the TriStar account, it was our first bank account. And he encouraged me to do that so that they potentially could not garnish his wages.
Has that been paid back?
He's still paying.
Okay, and what else is he still paying on?
So he took a personal loan from the bank to pay off the credit card debt. He is paying directly to First Bank, in addition to a camper that he owned prior to our marriage that was not paid for.
And is that still not paid for 13 years later?
I don't think so.
Now, Ms. Roberts said something to the effect of he's making $35 an hour and that equates to about $72,000 a year. Does he get bonuses?
He does.
Do you know how much those bonuses are?
It increases yearly depending upon his performance.
And has he gotten a bonus with this company?
He has.
Does he do overtime?
He does.
Not included on your income and expense statement were the ball fees, is that right?
That's correct. They're new.
And they were after you filled out your income and expense.
That's correct.
Was it your testimony that all the other ball parents came on home that night? They didn't spend the night in
To my
Jackson?
knowledge, several of them came back home.
Eating dinner for 3 people, is $62 unreasonable in your mind?
No.
And was that payback for Heather's assistance with you with the kids getting to and from school?
Essentially, she's also opened her home to me for months now.
So when you, in the grand scheme of things, when you look at that, it's not that you selfishly took $62 from your family.
Correct.
Judge, if I may have one. Do your kids have those tracker tiles in their backpacks?
They do.
And they have location services on them at all times, is that correct?
While they're at school, yes.
And has that always been your fallback for security purposes?
Not always.
I think that's all for right now.
Any other cross? Thank you, ma'am. You have stepped down. We're going to take our afternoon recess. Council might want to consult your calendars to see where you want to try to set the conclusion of this case.
All rise.
I'm sorry. I should have stood up and I didn't.